Hello guys and girls, welcome to your face reading channel. In today's video, I'm going to share about the first face reading book that I ever read and what are the specifics about it. What are the key contents that I like the most and when you're going to read it, what you can expect out of it, right? So the very first book is here, right here with me. This is The Power of Face Reading by Rose Rosetree. Generally, I do opt for the Kindle book, but because this was the very first book that I read and it was long ago, so it was a physical book that I purchased and yeah, there are certain key features that are quite cool in this book, and I'm going to share that with you inside this video. Right, so there are going to be six features that I have in front of me listed, and I'm going to range over that. So the very first thing that you learn when you'll be going through this book is that you'll get a lot of trait specific knowledge. The meaning is what trait tells a certain part or a certain personality aspect about you is something that is illustrated beautifully in this book, which means the traits, as in the eyebrows, the eyebrow hair, the thickness of it, the positions of it, the angular part of it. When it comes to ears also has angle. When it is close to the head, when it is away from the head, the eyes, the noses, the cheeks, it has a separate content list which you can span through, and in each of those there is a specific set of meaning that is related to those personality traits. Yes, this is not based on the concept of Chinese face reading that we discuss a lot about in this on this channel, but this is purely a trait specific book that you can go across and have a slight walkover as to what certain traits on your face means, right? So that is the very first thing. So if you want to get trait specific knowledge, in a sense of over the top knowledge, this is quite a handy book that you can go through. That was the first feature that I liked. The second thing that I liked is it has the use of combinations of traits, which is highlighted on page number 230, and so there are certain combinations in face reading, which means if you have an angular eyebrow coupled with a chin type, how is your chin bottom design? Whether it is straightish, whether it has a curve, and the combinations with eyebrow and your chins, right? So that is something which is very much indicated in this book. I'll just share some of the aspects that are being revealed here in this book by Rose Rosetree, The Power of Face Reading. She says when you have a curved eyebrow plus a curved chin, you have a person who puts people first in principle, practice, and performance, right? And she has also given an example of famous people who bear this trait. First Lady Pat Nixon is something that she has shared. Then she has shared about the Marian Anderson, who was a singer. She has also shared about the combination of a curved eyebrow plus a straight chin, which means a person who notices feelings but focuses efforts on abstract ideas and principles. And this combination is something that is present in President Abraham Lincoln, First Lady Rosalind Carter, and makeup magnate Charles Revson. So she has mentioned the combinations, plus she has also given the people who are bearing these traits, right? She has also specified the aspect of the facial symbols on the face. So as your face has a lot of traits, right? Similarly, they can be in a specific shape. So she has mentioned on the aspect of when you have a facial symbol that is bearing a curve, right? That means that person is more people oriented. Whenever there are curvy features on the face, let it be eyebrows, let it be chins, let it be the eyelids that curve out, it signifies on a basic level as a facial symbol that a person is people oriented. When you have or when you observe more straight features on the face, she says that it is more idea oriented aspect that a person has. And when you have more angled features, meaning the eyebrows have angles, right? It indicates more of control oriented features, right? So that is one of the things that she has mentioned about the combinations. Then she has illustrated a lot about the famous personalities that are there, and she has given in the examples of great people and also the infamous people who bear this trait, right? Then she has emphasized on the concept of very. Herein, the concept of very means something that strikes out from your face very prominently. Let's say Mitchell Stark is one of those guys, is one of the cricketers. When you look at his face, his nose kind of strikes out prominently. And whenever you see a particular face and a certain feature kind of appeals you the most and kind of stems out from the face in the most prominent way, that is the very feature. So she has mentioned about the very feature as whenever you have a very trait, be it a longish hair, be it very, very strong eyebrows, or be it very open eyes, or be it very open nose, or big nose, or even a trait in your lips area where you have got full lips or extremely full lips. She has emphasized the concept of very in a sense that when you have a very, very prominent feature, you will display those personality traits in its most prominent form and you'll be kind of governed by that particular trait. So the concept of very is something that I liked a lot, and you'll be definitely going through, whenever you'll be going through this book, you'll be able to learn that aspect. Then what I have enjoyed is that she has given practical application with respect to how you can apply face reading in sales, especially on the aspect of three zones, where she has made the division on the first part between the hairline and the eyebrow top, and then the eyebrow top and the nose bottom is the second zone, which means this and this is the second zone, this and this is the first zone, and then below the nose part is the third zone, right? So she has emphasized the concept of how, if you're a salesperson, how you can basis on whichever part is the longest part, you can decide how you need to sell or influence these people, or you can appeal to their emotions, or you can influence them. In Chinese face reading, Jean Hainer has classified these three zones into the first part is the analytical zone, the second part is the practical zone, the third part is the intuitive zone, right? So whichever is bigger is likely to influence a person basis on his or her decision making. So that is one of the aspects that I liked a lot. She has given in examples of I think a car salesman selling a car to people bearing these three different zones in a three different territory. Let's say if one has the longest first region, then you need to give about a lot of research facts. Then you need to give time for people to think about their decision making, give them lots of informations about the car purchase or the mileage part. Then when the practical aspect is bigger, give them more information about how much mileage the car is going to give, and a lot more on the practical side of it, not very much on the emotional side of it. On the third zone, if that person is bearing the third zone as a bigger zone, she has emphasized that a person is likely to be influenced more on the sentimental values, or person can be driven by the emotional appeal. Let's say if you want to make a person feel like a king, emphasize that concept that while you'll be going through this car, you'll be feeling like a king. So that is something which she has pretty beautifully mentioned. Then one of the aspects that I liked is that all of the questions or all of the things that she has indicated are in questions format, like a general person has question, right? So let me read out just one of the questions. So she has written that I'm confused. Chins and beards tell us about choices, but didn't eyebrows tell us about how people think? And don't choices hopefully involve thinking? So this is one of the questions, and then she illustrated her answers through the principle. right? Then one other question is, what if a guy doesn't have a visible upper lip? So he has what you call a dislike for self-disclosure, because the upper lip area indicates about the intensity of how you are likely to feel emotions, how you're likely to experience emotions, and how you're open in your personal life. Uh, the other aspect of the question is, but then he wears this tell all type of mustache, right? So she has mentioned about the questions that a general user has, and thereby she has demonstrated what face reading can answer about it. Of course, she has detailed in initially as to what all the features on the face indicates about, and thereby when there is some certain confusions when you're using combinations of the features of the traits that you're going to see, thereby she has cleared the doubts as well, right? So that is something which is quite good. I think I have shared about five of the things that I liked about this book. Then I think I've also mentioned about that she has demonstrated the illustration of famous personalities and their features. So let's say if she has demonstrated about a certain nose type, she has referenced it to a certain celebrity bearing that trait and what quality it demonstrated. So these are the features that I like the most about this book. And if you want to enhance your basic learning on trait specific face reading, on the Western face reading, you can definitely get hold of this book. If you're willing to learn more on the practical side of it, practical side of how face reading works, this is a book to go through. It may not have the aspects related to how face reading can influence on the health aspect. There's a separate book out of that which I'll share with you, which I have already shared with you, that if you want to inculcate more on the health aspect, Lillian Bridges has written a book, Face Reading in Chinese Medicine. That's a wonderful book on face reading, inculcating the Chinese face reading principles, where she has shared about the five elements, where she has shared about how certain features influence your health on the face and how you can gauge the status of your health basis on the five elements that relates to the five major organs in the body, and thereby influence your health. That's a more detailed book. If you're just looking to swim across and swim through the pathways of learning face reading and not willing to become a face reader, I think this book will be pretty handy. That this is the power of face reading, and yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy it. Do let me know if you have any question in the comment section about this book or about any of the questions around face reading. I'll be happy to answer that for you. As of now, take care. Goodbye. This is Nitesh signing off.